Good day, fellas. I hope you are ready for your daily dose of skill, and today we are going to play with a Panzer Mutz. Or I suppose to see three different versions of this tank, which is pretty much the same tank. Panzer Mutz, Panzer Schmutz, and Panzer Black Schmutz. Yeah, I know, weird. In other words, there is three versions of this vehicle. Panzer 58, Panzer 58 Mutz, and Schwarz Panzer, if I'm not mistaken. Right, and pretty much all of them are literally the same tank, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. So, just to let you know and just to throw it out loud, right? So if you have one, you pretty much have all three of them. Now, what is this vehicle good at, and what is this tank at the first place? Some people was comparing this vehicle with Leopard, and fellas, alpha damage is not that high to call this tank Leopard, although this tank has some similarities. Obviously it is a bit slower, it is not as accurate as Leo is for obvious reasons and so on. But what this tank has a decent gun, plus on top of that this tank has a great penetration with a high explosive. So this is very, very important thing to say, and you should carry some more high explosives than I do. I forgot to change this by the looks of it. Anyways, 250 alpha damage, 212 millimeters of penetration, 1150 shell velocity. That's completely fine, and this is looking okay. Now gold ammunition, 259 millimeters of penetration, which is pretty nice, and amazing shell velocity, 1478. This is looking very, very great, and this is truly looking good. Now, what we are going to do in this game, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to play relatively safe at first, and after that, if needed, so we are going to decap the base. In fact, I am already getting closer to the position from where I can fight for our base defense. You see, Wargaming lately changed this map quite a bit, speaking about the attack and defense. So pretty much defender's cap or defender's base went way too far inside the city. So pretty much if you are playing with a sniper schnitzel or some kind of medium which doesn't have that many or I suppose to say that much armor, you might struggle a bit. And once again, this is completely understandable, and I do not really think that was a very good change for this map, to be fair with you. And the main reason why am I saying so, it is very easy to cap the base nowadays, and if you have lightly armored setup or maybe a lot of tank destroyers, which, let's get real, happens from time to time, you are having quite a big problem overall. But this is obviously speaking about the map, not about the tank. Okay, how we can get our 3000 in this game? This is the question. How we can get our 3000? If this tiger would try to make a bit of pressure, I have no doubts whatsoever we would be able to smack him in the face. Very bad angle. That was extremely bad angle, fellas, and there is nothing what we can change about this. And now we need to figure out how we're supposed to decap the base, and this is not going to be really fun. Good. This is exactly what I want to see. I want to see this tiger turning to the other side for obvious reasons. I do not really think this is going to happen anytime soon. He is trying to side scrap. This is understandable. I see this this guy going through the open field. I am talking about this German CDC, and we have quite a bit of troubles, fellas. Ooh, this is a hard one. So like I said before, things got changed quite a bit, and at this point we need to figure out how to play this battle properly and this map properly. And this is very, very complicated thing to do, fellas. It is truly not easy. I believe our team, they are going to beat the living crap out of this ISM. I believe so. Meanwhile, aiming for Cupola, and luckily for us, eliminating Tiger 2. That's nice. Okay, how we can make it work? How we can make it work, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen? This is the question. I think we are going to wait until this Kapaza will try to get a bit involved like this. And we will try to secure our flank in a way. Speaking of involvement, I would say this guy is definitely in already. That's good. We are smacking him once. Luckily, our Progetto is paying attention at the maxi map. He is spanking him once himself. Borat clipped us out. There is absolutely nothing what I can change, and there is nothing what I can do. And we are sitting in very, very, very bad spot at this point. Can we eliminate this guy? Yes, we can. Okay, very hard. So once again, I honestly think we're gaming quite messed up. Speaking about this map nowadays, I think map was relatively alright. All they needed to do, they needed to move base. Instead of moving base way too in front, right? What they could have done, they could move the base just tiny touch in front. Not that much as we have now, right? Once again, I am accepting this, and this is how the things are looking like. We needed to be way too aggressive considering what kind of map we had, right? And let's get real, Mutz is the tank which doesn't have armor, and unfortunately in this kind of situation all battle was in the close quarters, if we can say so. Plus on top of that, enemy team was just simply better. GG for enemies, and let's teleport to the scoreboard. And we are back, fellas. 1,600 damage, 500 assisting damage. Definitely not epic game, but looking into this, we are top by... Actually, we are not top by the damage. We are third by the damage. We are second by experience. Fellas, we can't cry that much, can we? So yeah, enemy team did a great job and they deserve it to win. Speaking of the profits, 59,000 profits, although we completed the mission and in the same time... we are not paying for consumables because we have plenty of them. So speaking about the profits, it wasn't that great, was it? Meanwhile, fellas, just to let you know, as usual, if you are not familiar with index page, I would highly recommend to check out the things there. And for example, for Mutz, there is 3 versions of the Mutz, and you can easily check out what kind of field modifications to use on those vehicles, or alternatively what kind of mark of excellence expectations those tanks has, or alternatively what kind of crew skills I would recommend to use, or what kind of equipment I would recommend to use. If you are newer in the game, I would highly recommend to give it a go and check index page. Soon we are going to change the ratings of the tanks as well in very good manner, at least I think so. So it's going to be very nice because we are going to rate tanks deeper. You know, it will have my opinion obviously, but I will rate the tank stats like gun handling or actually armor, what the armor is all about, right? So this is going to be a very nice stuff. Anyways, looking into this, what do we have? We have a nice map. We have Karelia. This is very good thing for us, fellas. We have Karelia and we are top tier. That's very strong and that's very nice. I'm spotted. I do not really mind too much. I am trying to escape before it's too late, and we know there is a Type 64 trying to shoot us from somewhere here. Meanwhile, Arta is saying hello. Okay, Jeff, okay. Oh, thank you. Well, that's what I am getting for being greedy. I would say this is what I am getting for being greedy goose. Okay, let's see. Now, what do I want to do? I would love to blind fire someone here. Now the question is, do they have this light tank in this position or not really? I'm trying to figure this out, and let's go for a blind shot just like this. Okay. By the looks of it, they do not have anyone here. Meanwhile, there is a gentleman who is over peeking. This is not going to be easy game by any shape or any form, but we will try to do our best. I think we need to get a bit safer position for ourselves, at least that's what I want to believe. And the main reason being is, unfortunately, but we do not really have any armor whatsoever. This tank is not created for being in the front lines and beating everyone left, right and center, right? And whenever we are going to get spotted, this is going to be a nightmare. In other words, once again, Tank without any armor means it is still very hard to play with a tank even whenever you are playing against the lower tiers as well, right? Because if you do not really have armor, you do not really have anything to offer in a way, right? You have absolutely zero protection. So yeah, that's worth thing to say. Okay, the start is looking quite bad for us, but I believe we are going to fix it quite a bit. Enemy light tanks are doing absolutely phenomenal job. They are playing very, very well, and both of the light tanks are spotting everyone who is sitting here, and currently we are losing 0-4. Shame. Shame. But in the same time, once again, fellas, I do not really think we can play this game somehow differently. I do not really think we can get involved and push in front without thinking and say, yeah! I do not really think we can do this. Plus, on top of that, we have AFK AMX, which is definitely not helping for our score. Yeah. Okay. Let it be. I am accepting this, and we will try to fight for our life, and we will try to get as much use as we physically and possibly can. Why enemy team is winning? This is actually a very good question, and I have no clue, fellas. Unfortunately, I have no clue why enemy team is winning this game. I mean, they are playing better. No shit, Sherlock. Really skilled, they are playing better. Oh yes, they are playing definitely better. Okay, let's see what do we have. I want to see Comet or Leo trying to make a bit of pressure like this, right? This is everything what we can do. Meanwhile, light tank is traveling like a tourist. We made sure he is going to enjoy himself to the maximum. Meanwhile, Leo is peeking sideways. Unfortunately, Gun is saying no, which is quite sad thing, but once again, nothing what we can change about this. Now we are smacking the Type 64 in the face, which is always much appreciated, and it is always good, I would say. Very nice. What we are going to see, we are going to see this Leo making a bit of pressure now, probably. No? He's not making pressure yet. That's good, and he is dead. Beautiful. Meanwhile, both of the artists are trying to rain on our head, which is not a big surprise, right? This is what Jeffs are doing. Meanwhile, I still believe, fellas, we are going to have somehow decent game here. I still want to believe we can push this up to the 3000 or so. And this would be a great situation for us. Meanwhile, Arta is shooting us. That's okay. Once again, I would love to say we could change something here, but we cannot. We are going to spank this Comet here. Comet is saying, I will defend myself, and I am saying, I do not think so. Beautiful. Another shot to this gentleman. Very, very nice. Once again, step by step, little by little, fellas. Step by step, little by little. I believe I do not need to tell we do not really have armor with this tank, right? I believe that's already self-explanatory, and there is nothing much to say about this. But once again, we are, by any shape or any form, we are not going to give up, and we will try to give the best fight we physically and possibly can. Meanwhile, Comet is sideways here, but I do not really care about the Comet because it is okay. Comet is officially dead. Nice. Now this guy might kill us from one clip. Luckily for us, he did not. Beautiful. Let's try to run away just like so. That's okay, fellas. That's okay. And one more shot to the Scorpion. Beautiful shot. Can we get one more? This is the question. And another shot to the Mr. Scorpion. Beautiful. And can we get one more just for sake of love? No, we cannot. Okay, look. The end game was completely fine considering what is happening and what kind of team we had, right? I want to be very, very honest with you. You just can't win them all. And for example, if you have this kind of matchmaking and you have Module 1, you are so much more flexible. You can try to go in front and you can try to, you know, use your armor. Unfortunately, Mutz is a sniper schnitzel tank tank unless you have obviously better team, and then you can get a bit more involved and you can go in front overall. But that's okay, I am not complaining too much, everything is fine. 3.1 thousand damage, 300 assisting damage, we are top by the damage, we are top by experience, and once again, I do not really think that was a bad game for us or anything. We have 82,000 profits, which is always nice and always welcome, and that's the game which we have. Let's go for round number 3, shall we? And we are back, fellas. So what do we have for a third game? We have Airfield. Definitely not the best map overall, but we will try to make it work. It is very unforgiving map for a tanks which has no armor whatsoever, and I do not really think we can snipe as well, so we need to be aggressive somehow, fellas. We need to be aggressive somehow. So how we can do this? This is the question. It is pleasure to meet you, fellas, in the game, and it is always nice to say hi to you, fellas. High explosive on. I'm trying to penetrate him into the cupola, but this is not going to be very easy thing to do. That's all right. How we can deal with this T69? This is the question. I'm very well aware of I do not really have armor, okay? And when skill is saying I do not have armor, we are getting some random bounce. Now, for real, we do not really have armor, and that bounce was just random one, you know? Even a broken clock can show the time correctly once or twice in a day, so keep this in mind. T69. We need to be very patient in this game. And you see, tanks with a low alpha damage, right, even though they have a decent DPM, it can be hard tanks to play with, right? At least that's what I believe, and that's what I want to believe. For example, lately I played with a tank which I love with all my heart, which is Yoch tier 8, and I felt in love with the tank. I loved what I was doing, but my score wasn't great. So that's very weird feeling when you love the tank, when you enjoy playing with a tank, but you are just simply do not deliver speaking about the performance, right? Meanwhile, what do we have and how we can get involved in this game? This is the question. We need to figure out how to... By the way, this map has a second name, You Push You Lose. Fellas, this map has the name You Push You Lose, okay? So, to be fair with you, it is very hard to make pressure. And as you can see, our team is getting involved in every single flank. So what is happening? Our team is taking quite a bit for the team, and we are losing by amount of the hit points. But you know what? We are feeling completely fine. We are all right, and we are just simply waiting until enemies will mess up. That's only one way how we can make it work and how we can get some use, right? Minus 1.6 thousand hit points. How to get involved, How to get involved, fellas? This is the question. I don't think we can push BCD line. I do not really want to go into the middle. This is a hard one. This is very hard one. Okay, I'm going back to the position where I was before. Why so? Because I hope I will try to, well, I will be able to build the angle from where I can shoot the enemies, right? That's what I am hoping for. This is very complicated situation. It is not easy game by any shape or any form. Okay, that was a direct hit to the Starva. That's nice. This is not an easy game, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. That's what I am trying to say. Very hard map to play. Extremely hard map to play aggressively. Maybe this is the right term how we can describe the experience with this vehicle, right? Okay, what do I want to see? I want to see this T69 trying to make a bit of pressure like this. I think eventually he is going to say, oh, it is about the time, and whenever he is saying it is about the time, we are going to spank him for 250. That's not necessarily bad. That is not necessarily bad. Okay. Is he waiting on the same corner? Probably he should, and probably he will. Okay, he's getting involved. Beautiful shot. Every single shot, whenever we are doing this for free, it is just great for us. Okay, fellas? Whenever we are punishing enemies without getting punished ourselves, this is good. Okay, can I somehow get involved? I do not really think I can, but I think this T69 will try to make a bit of pressure for this light tank. And if he is going to do so, we will try to do everything what is in our powers in order to punish this gentleman. Meanwhile, our team is making a lot of pressure for the sniper schnitzels. Pay attention how many guns not spotted. Scorpion, S1, Vaza. All of those guys, they can easily sit somewhere here and somewhere here. So once again, not a very easy game for us. Now, what I would love to see, I would love to see the Skoda peeking like this. Will we have a decent enough angle? This is the question, but we can only wait for this. I am loading APCRs for this guy, and he's... Oh, no! 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 I think he was Baboon. Fellas, I think he was Baboon. I think he was Baboon, fellas. Oh my bananas. How are I supposed to know this? Yes. How are I supposed to know this, fellas? How are I supposed to know this? Ay, 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 ay. Okay, it is how it is. It is not the time to cry about this after this game. We are going to say sorry for this beautiful gentleman. Once again, that's on me, and you know me, fellas. If I am seeing the gentleman who is raising PP and he is dancing, I am not going to shoot the person for obvious reasons. Okay, what do we want to do and how do we want to approach enemies here? This is a very hard game, fellas. This is extremely hard game. Okay, can we find a decent angle to smack this S1 from here? This is the question. By the looks of it, not really. By the looks of it, not really, fellas. Okay, I have an idea. Skill, how your idea is looking like. At this point, we are going to get involved. This is not easy by any shape or any form, but we are going to do this. So we are going to go in like this. And hopefully, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to be able to kill this T69. If he is sitting somewhere here, and he should be somewhere here. Okay. T69 is not here anymore. Interesting. Okay. Maybe he's in lower part. What do you think? This T60... No, he couldn't be here. He escaped? Okay, fair enough. Let's load high explosive for this S1. Bam. Beautiful shot into the ass. And he has a lot of troubles. By saying a lot of troubles, he is dead. Beautiful. I saw that T69. Don't worry, fellas. I've seen him. I am very, very, very well aware where that gentleman was. Okay, where is the S1? I think S1 could relocate completely from this area, and maybe he is sitting somewhere here. Maybe he is sitting somewhere here. Let's see. Very hard game overall. I was struggling to play this battle, and to be fair with you, looking into the score, I would not say the score is absolutely amazing and the best score ever, you know? I would not say so. Meanwhile, no! I tried to do my best, fellas. I tried to do my best. Beautiful. A pleasure to meet Progetto. Okay, let's talk this game. We should have one blind shot, which is bringing us to 1,500 damage, but that was hard game. It was very, very hard to make any pressure whatsoever, and plus on top of that, I think I killed Baboon, which I did not mean to do by any shape or any form, but my reaction time was just simply, you know, when you are dealing with a tank like Skoda, I just try to kill him. Maybe he wasn't Baboon, and I hope so. He wasn't, okay? Greetings. Please tell me you was not a dancer. Okay, that's what we have. We are third by experience. We are fourth by the damage. Not great game, but I am accepting this. This is what we deserve, and that's what we have. Plus, we made 105,000 profits, although not including mission, it would be 55,000 profits. So that's what we have. 2,000 combined, not excellent score. But we are accepting this. And in the end of the day, our score is quite weak, honestly. 2,100 damage, 500 assisting damage. I do not really think Mutz is bad tank, but I think it is just very hard tank to play with. And considering what kind of session we had by saying this Airfield, I mean, holy effing F, this map is no bueno for this vehicle. After that we had the first battle was Ghost Town. It was very, very bad, right? And then we had Karelia with a team which we had. So once again, I would love to say something nice, but I cannot. You cannot win them all, fellas, and you cannot be perfect all the time. All in all, I do not really think Mutz is garbage, but I do not really think Mutz is very good tank. In other words, if I have a chance to play, let's say, Mutz, or for example T-44-100, I will always pick T-44-100. It's just simply better tank. So yeah, that's my opinion about the Mutz, and those are the games which we have in the current world of tanks. What can you do, right, fellas? So thank you very much for watching. I hope you had a great time, and I hope you enjoyed yourself, and obviously a big fat thumbs up if you stayed till the end, or if you was watching the video in the toilet as well. Obviously, thank you very much for our patrons, for people who are clicking that join button, and in the same time, thank you very much for the people who are purchasing bananas in the index page. I appreciate you, and I hope I am worth it. Thank you very much for everything, fellas, and see you very, very soon. Skill is out for today. Peace.